For this screencast, I'm going to talk about how to find primary sources for visual artists. When you're finding primary sources for visual artists, you want to try to find the sources or works of art that the artist created that are the most well-known, because those are the ones that are most likely to have secondary sources about them. Remember, you're looking eventually when you're doing your secondary source research, you're looking for analysis and criticism of the work. And when I say criticism, I don't mean explaining why it's wrong, but interpreting it and analyzing it. And you're more likely to find that for the artist's better known works. So to start by finding the actual sources or texts, quote unquote, that I'm going to use, let's say that I'm going to use Renoir. And from my biographical research, I see that Luncheon of the Boating Party is one of his best known works. So I'm going to type in Renoir, Luncheon of the Boating Party, and I'm going to see if I can find a good image of it. And here I find one on the Phillips collection, which is where this painting is actually currently housed. So here I have the painting that I can look at, the original information, and then if I click enlarge, I can see a bigger version of it for when I'm reading it. Remember that when I'm reading, quote unquote, a visual text for this project, you're going to be filling out that reading visual text worksheet so that you're analyzing it just like if you were analyzing a work of literature. All right, so I want to use the Luncheon of the Boating Party as one of my sources. So now I'm going to go into Noodle Tools. I'm going to log in. I will click on my project, click on sources, new source, and now we need to figure out, where did I see this source? So unless you go to Washington, D.C. to the Phillips collection, you're not seeing this source in person, you're seeing it on a website. So I'm going to click on a website, and then what I'm seeing is a work of visual art. So I'll click here. Okay, the container website is where am I seeing this painting, and I'm seeing it on the website called the Phillips collection. The publisher of the site is also the Phillips collection, so I'm going to skip that. The URL is here, and the date of access is today. Now, okay, for the work of visual art, the artist is Pierre A-U-G-U-S-T, Pierre Auguste Renoir. It is a painting. The title of the painting is Luncheon of the Boating Party, and it was created in 1880 to 1881. And that's all that you have to do for a visual art. Now for the annotation, eventually you'll put in your summary here and your key quotations. And remember, for visual art, it's going to be concrete details that you're taking from your reading a visual art piece worksheet in OneNote. And then I'll go to save. And now I have my citation here, and I can add a tag, and I can tag it as a primary source so I can remember it and keep track of it. And that's all that you have to do for works of visual art.